Good morning, world. So I figured I'd pick up the camera today to once again read my course lesson. I'm finding that these videos are really teaching me how to listen and to trust the voice for God within my own mind. And as I do this, I am able to share these words of truth, and then whoever is supposed to hear it and benefit from it and learn from it will hear it. And I trust that. So I'm thankful to everyone who watches, and I'm open to all comments and all questions, and I hope that through these videos that I will be able to connect with people from all around the world who also are looking for answers as to who am I? Why am I here? What's my life purpose? How do I get out of fear? How do I heal myself from the cycle of victimhood? All of these questions that one may have for themselves have an answer. They have a solution. And although I have not lived many years in this physical world, as this physical body, I have remembered who I am as a soul. And although this may be backwards for most people in this world, what people have yet to realize is that the mind that has created this world, the mind that majority of this world is thinking through, is the only illusion, is the falsity in and of itself. And when we choose to go within and recognize that the choice is ours, whether we want to live how we've been living, holding on to the past, having memories of childhood with pain and sadness and, negative things. We can choose to hold on to that if we wish. But we also have the choice to let it go. And when we choose to let it go, we start to recognize that these memories, these thoughts, and these things that happen to us, or we thought happened to us, we actually recognize we're a part of this universal plan. And that although the majority of the people on this earth have experienced some sort of darkness at some point in their life, some sort of hell that they would call it, it's bound to happen when we are in the mind that is separate from God. And currently, right now, this world has been living a million years in the mind that is separate from God. And now is the time that this humanity as a whole is shifting. We're open to new answers because we don't know what to do anymore. We just had another huge forest fire in Texas this week. Hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes. All of these Mother Earth mishaps are happening everywhere, and no one knows what to do. No one knows how to get ourselves out of this. And what we have failed to recognize is that Mother Earth is responding to our own madness of our own ego mind. And that our ego mind is so sick and so confused that we don't know what to do anymore. That people are getting to a point that they go, we just need answers. We don't know what to do. We need to get out of here. And then that is when people, such as myself, such as Tom, such as all of these other powerful teachers in this world who have come to bring the word of light, the word of love, the word of truth, and the way to this world, are becoming their most whole selves, okay? Like all of our teachers who have chosen to take this position to help lead this new world, this new humanity towards the light, towards that of peace, is first accepting it for themselves. And that is a decision that we make, right? Us as souls can feel the call when we have a part in this world to play. Us as souls know that there's a purpose here for us, and we just don't know what that is. So let's just all presume together that we don't know what our part is and be okay with that. And then as we become open Instead of making the decisions in our life based on this sense of lack, needing to make money, needing to make other people happy, needing to have this sense of approval, wanting other people to like us, instead of making decisions based on that, let's start to make decisions based on what feels right in our heart. So instead of thinking about what we think is right, let's feel what we know is right. We've been given an intuition. We've been given this feeling center. And we can tap into that when we choose to be happy over being right. And therefore, as we choose to follow the love that is in our heart versus the fear that is in our mind, we are slowly guided out of the darkness, slowly guided out of the past, so that we may leave the past where it belongs, which is behind us. And then together, with all of humanity, we can walk forward together hand in hand and allow ourselves to remind each other that we are souls, that we are a part of this unlimited universe. It's absolutely limitless because our Creator is limitless. He is infinite beyond measure. And we are in Him always because we are created by Him. And therefore we are extensions of Him, meaning we are the same as Him. And therefore we can tap into this infinite wisdom, this infinite power that is our Creator's as it is our own. And we can bring that power here. But then we must recognize that this is a choice first that we make within ourselves, that we want to be happy more than being right. And therefore we must strip away what we think is right and what we think is true and what we believe to be what we have to do because we are living in this physical world and this is reality and that which we can see with our eyes and our ears. We need to let go of all of that. And one by one we will continue to unravel, 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 unravel. Until it gets to a point that, we loosen the ego so much and our beliefs and our fears so much that we can see past them. And when we are at the point that they've been loosened so much is when we start to cultivate that relationship with our inner world and we start to recognize this wisdom, this power that is within us. And we start to use this power and this wisdom that is within us to help us to undo and forgive these thoughts of the past. Because we recognize that this ego mind is simply a mistake. It is an illusion. Because we are using the mind that is separate from God. So how could we possibly know ourselves when we believe ourselves to be separate? And therefore, the one cure to all of this unworthiness and doubt of who we really are is a subject of the mind that is opposite from who we are. And when we start to recognize it as the two wholes, the ego and the spirit, we get to make the choice. As these ego thoughts continue to be loosened and continue to be questioned and continue to be looked at and recognized as insane, we get to that place where we can make that choice. What do I want? Do I want love or do I want fear? And as we do that, then we continue to watch our life unfold before us into the direction of the love that is within us. And we hold that in our hearts. And we can use that as our compass and our guide. And we will get there. Because our destination is already here. We're just unraveling everything that's standing in our way of it. So I know that I don't have physical body experience in this life yet. I haven't experienced the tortures of life, that one may call it. I haven't experienced, those things that people would say as huge, huge, huge things in life, like rapes, molestations, killings, blah, blah, blah. I've been fortunate enough not to experience that in this physical lifetime. But I have experienced guilt. I have experienced unworthiness and doubt and fear and anxiety. And these are the same things that anyone would experience despite what physical form the experience takes. We all experience it, and it doesn't matter if it's a lot of guilt or if it's a little guilt, or if it's a lot of fear or if it's a little fear. It's the same thing. It's still from the same mind of ego. So even though one may look at me and say, oh, she's just naive, she's innocent, she doesn't know what she's talking about. In fact, what it is it's, yes, I am innocent, but it's because I am a child of God that I'm innocent, not because I'm naive and I don't know what I'm talking about. Right? And the fact that I have not experienced these things in physical form to distort my ego mind and make me think that I'm something that I'm not, allows me to be in that place of openness and freedom so that I may receive the truths of who we are so that I can share it with all of you. I'm doing my part in this world. And my part in this world is to free myself and to free my own mind of this ego lock that we all have when we are first born into this physical world. And as I free my mind of my own self-lock, then I am able to share with all of you the experiences that I had in unraveling my own ego mind. And therefore, since I am at this place of ultimate peace, freedom, pure, direct communication with the divine, direct communication with our Creator, I am able to share these words through me as I am now a vessel of communication for God to you. And if you are listening, that means you are ready to hear. And if you are listening, that means there is something within you that is crying out for answers. And believe you me, it's not your ego who's listening to me. Believe you me, it is your soul that is precious and beautiful and infinite, unharmable, peaceful, and love. And I know it may be hard to conceptualize in the ego mind that life can be so amazing, but trust me, people, it can be. All we have to do is have the willingness to see it and to live it, and to continually go within ourselves and loosen the ego thoughts. All of our beliefs, our memories, our concerns, our worries, our fears, our concepts of what truth is, our ideas of what reality is, all of this stuff. And I guarantee it that as we continue to do that on our own, the power that created this universe to begin with is inside of us. And when we give that power the lead, you better believe we are guided out of every bit of darkness, and we are guided to one another so that we may join with one another in mind and in heart. And then we can walk together fearlessly to create this new humanity together. We are creators, like our Father. So let's learn how to create and redefine this entire world. It needs new business, like business structures. It needs new education structures. It needs new money structures. It needs new peace. It needs peace. But that starts here. Like, ego is war. Spirit is peace. We can't have both. No matter how much we want to have both, maybe we think we want to have both, we don't. We're just holding on to our past and our ego, and we need to let that go completely. And this is what I teach people. It's how to let that go completely. And it can be done. So on that note, I think this, since it's already like 13, 14 minutes long, this will be my prequel to the lesson today. So thank you, all of you, for staying with it. And I thank the Holy Spirit for speaking through me in all moments, at every second. And thank you for allowing me to convey whatever it is that me and the listeners need to hear in this moment, so that each of us can have a moment of aha, a moment of clarity, a moment of understanding that will allow us to sink into further resonance with ourselves as souls, so that we may continue to open our minds and become more willing every day. Thank you, Spirit. So, here we go, people. Let's see. Today, the lesson is lesson 152, and the power of decision is my own. Straight from A Course in Miracles. Thank you, Jesus.